Hello everybody, welcome back to another Expeditions Guide. Today we're going to be taking a look at Main Exhibit, an expedition in Wahweap Bay. This is going to be a long journey, so let me show you where we're going first. We're going to be leaving the outpost, making our way across the central islands, and all the way to this far side of the map we'll be zipping up and down these mountains here for some objectives. I've mapped up the first two objectives, and then there's some after that, which I will show you too when we get there, but I don't have that map opened up here right now. But without further ado, let's get going. So we're going to be using the Scout 800, and I have a set of anchors with me that we will be using strategically to get somewhere. In addition to that, I also have with me the drone operator Akane Ishida, so that we can have some extra drone range while we're doing the explore the area step of the expedition. So, first thing we're going to do, we're going to leave the outpost through that gap in the rocks there, and then circle around the left side. As we make our way around this ridge, we're going to stay to the left side here, go over this gap in the rocks, and cross through the trees here. And then very carefully we're going to just roll down the hill here. And then we're going to go up to this right side, climb on up. And from here we're going to go to the left side around the rock. And then we're going to go ahead and go right inside the swamp area here. We're going to cut right through the middle of it. Once we get past the rocks, we're going to go out the right side of it here and finish going around the edge. Once we make it over here, we're going to slowly roll our way down these rocks here. Just nice and easy. Nice little roll. Avoid the big boulders. We can get ourselves down to the bottom here. Once we get down to the bottom, we're going to adjust the angle so we can go straight across right here. It's just to the side of this big boulder here. That will allow us to go down and up and across. And from here, we're going to circle around this big boulder. And we're going to follow this path on the plateau all the way down. Once we make it down here, we're going to head to the right and use this slope to get down to the lower level. Once we made it down to the lower level, we're going to stay to the left side here. And we're going to go and drive right up to the edge of this cliff here. Right here. And before we go down the cliff, we are actually going to put down an anchor right behind the vehicle here and hook onto it. And we're going to release the slack of the winch as we drive to the edge of this cliff here. And that's going to keep the vehicle nice and stable as we climb down to the bottom. Once we make it to the bottom, we're going to head to the left through the swamp. And we're going to climb over these rocks. There we go. We'll go around the big rocks here and make our way down. Alright, we're going to make our way over to the shoreline here. Once we make it over here, we're going to do a little bit of island hopping. So we're going to go ahead and make our way over to this first island. And we're going to go right to the right side of this rock here. Gonna take it nice and easy across the little land bridge here. And we're going to go ahead and just continue to hug the shoreline here, being careful. There's a pretty steep drop off there. And that's going to allow us to climb up over here. And from here we're going to go ahead and just climb all the way up to the top of this hill on the island. We'll use this spot right here to get all the way up to the top level. Once we make it up to the top level, we're going to make our way over to this cluster of trees, where we will find a path down. And we're going to make our way all the way over here, and then spiral down over here, staying all the way to the right side, and then down to the left, and we're going to go up on the right side here. Now from here you have two ways. You can follow the ridge to our left there, or you can follow my secret route that I really enjoy here, and that is we're just going to drive in the water. It is really not super muddy at all. It's got some rocks that you got to climb over, so you want to make sure you have a vehicle with some good clearance. But you're actually driving with the current pushing you. It's super flat, super easy. I love taking this way. And we can follow this all the way down to the end of this island here. And it's definitely a lot safer than trying to drive up the rocks on the ridgeline and stuff. So that's just one of my routes I recommend here. Just driving on the water here. So once we get over here, we're going to go right into the middle of these two islands and climb up the right side. And we're going to make it over here, and we're going to cross down to the other side right here. And we're going to follow the path right through the middle of this island here. We're going to go around this tree. And right over here, a little bit of low gear and some diff lock, and we're going to cross this one. This is probably a little bit harder of a crossing because you are driving into the current on this one. But overall, it's not too terrible. Alright, once we do that, we're going to go up around the tree. And head down, and that is going to reconnect us with the mainland on the other side of the river. Once we get up here, we're going to go to the left. And we're going to follow this super narrow tree line here. So we're going to stay to the left of these trees. Just right along this ridge line here, nice and slow. And we're going to do the same. We're going to go up here. We're going to stay to the right side. Get up on this upper ledge. Once we get down here, we're going to head down to the next level. And from here, we're going to follow the path. We're going to stay to the right side around this big crack in the ground here. We're going to go up through the gap in the rocks. And then we're going to follow this path down. But you will notice that this bridge is out. But fear not, with the Scout 800, you don't have to worry about that too much because we can just crawl right down here. And with a little repositioning here. This is a pretty wide bridge here. And we can just drive right on up the second bridge half. A little bit of diff lock for some traction. And there you have it. We're going to climb right on out. Alright, from here we're going to go ahead and follow the path. We're going to go across this crack in the ground here. And we're going to follow the path. There's a little dirt path that we're following right now. We can follow this up to the right and over to the left. We're going to follow this down and across the crack in the ground here. And then back up to the left. Alright, once we made it over here, we're going to cross down and over. And here we're going to make our way right into this canyon here. So we're going to drive right through the bottom of this canyon. And we're going to follow this all the way to the end, where we're going to turn up over to this side. And then turn to the left and go right across the rocks here. And we're going to turn up by these trees. You'll see there's a nice climb here. And there's another one right over to our right here. Get our angle right. And from here we just drive right on up to the top. Kind of struggling a little bit, but there we go. A little help from the tree. Alright, so once we make it here, we're going to go ahead and grab the archaeological set. And we need to do some exploring. So I'm going to drive right on over to the edge of this cliff here. And we're going to use the binoculars. Kind of scout out the area a little bit. That should be most of it. Got a little bit on this far end here, so we're going to go and grab the drone. And I'm just going to drive or fly right over the edge of this cliff here. And we're going to follow the perimeter of this cliff until we hit our 100%. There you have it. That is done. Alright, so next up we got to go up to the top here, and we're going to follow this route that kind of spirals around the mountain to get over there. So we're going to head down off this mountain the way we came up. Make sure we get our angles right. We're going to go right on over to the left side here. Once we get down to this far end, there is a nice climb over here that we're going to be able to use. Alright, once we get up to this level, we're going to just follow the path around the top until we get to where we're going. There are several cracks in the ground that we're going to have to go over here, so it is a little sketchy up here, but it's not too terrible. Just take it nice and slow, wait for the tires to grip, and to climb over. Do the same thing. This one we're going to stay all the way on the left side here. And we got one more right here. We can go right down this gap here. That's going to allow us to just climb right on over the other side. Here, same thing. We're going to go to the left, go through this gap, get down. That was a close call. Alright, once we get over here, we're going to make our way up these little rock stairs. As you can see, there's a nice path to the left side of the stairs that we can use to climb all the way up to the top here. Kind of a tough spot there, but we made it. Now we just got to climb all the way up here. And here we go. We're going to scan for dinosaur footprints. Wherever they are. Oh, there they are. I can't remember where those were. There we are. This one's just so zoomed in for some reason. Alright, we got that one. And this one over here. Looks like the tracks lead to a certain direction, this will help us understand where to go next. Alright, so let me just generally show you where we're going to go. We're going to head back down, and we're going to follow the spiraling path down, and that's going to take us over here. And then there's the dig site's up over there for the final step. So that is where we are headed. Let's start off by getting across the gap here. Make our way down. Right over this way, and right over here you're going to find a very nice spiraling ramp that will take us down this mountain here. So yeah, that's going to get us all the way down the mountain. And we're going to follow the path over to the left here. Make our way over to the next set of dinosaur footprints. Oh, we are out of fuel. Go ahead and top off. There we go. Footprint should be right over here, right? Oh, it went too far. There they are. It's 1, 2, and 3. And we got one more. Looks like the tracks lead a certain direction. Yep, that's the same thing they said before. Alright, now this is the easy part because we don't have to climb the mountains anymore. It's pretty much just drive across the flat area here, and we're just going to go right on over to the dig site. So we're going to basically just beeline it over there. Because it is mostly flat here. Climb up right here. And there you have it. We're going to deliver the archaeological set. Archaeological set, I should say. And there you go. Nice little Triceratops skeleton there. And there you have it. That is main exhibit completed. And this does not unlock any upgrades or anything like that. So, hope you guys enjoyed this guide. Let me know what you think. I know this is a long one. Wahweap Bay is a very difficult map. So, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know what you think. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.